Hi everybody, welcome back to another SkyTrak quick tip presented by Rain or Shine Golf. In this quick tip, I'm going to show you guys how to use the bag mapping feature. For this, you do need the game improvement package, so if you don't have that already, go ahead and purchase it. Come on back. If you do, why don't you join me up in the golf lab as I take you guys through a little demonstration on how the bag mapping feature works. Alright guys, we are in here in the Rain or Shine Golf Lab. Got the SkyTrak powered up, ready to go. So as promised, we are now going to go through the bag mapping feature here in the SkyTrak, figure it out together, show you guys what goes into it so that way you have an expectation of what you're looking at and kind of help guide you along when you try it for yourself. So for this, as mentioned previously, you do need the game improvement package. Over on the right-hand side of your main home screen, you're going to see game improvement. Select that. You have your three options to choose from: bag mapping, skill assessment, wedge matrix. For this video, it's going to be the bag mapping, so you'll select that. And it's going to open up this section for us. So right when it opens up, you're going to notice that it's got kind of a basic grid or basic setup. How many clubs do we want to map? Do we want to map all 13 clubs? Do we want to map just a handful? Let's say we want to do we want to do them all. We want to do all the clubs. So we're gonna do real basic. We're gonna do 3 shots. We're gonna kind of go through this, but it is suggested if you were to do this, you really take a lot of time, break it up into multiple sections and get the best feel of it. But I'm gonna take you through the whole process real quick on this video so you can see what to expect. Intended gap, we want our intended gap, let's keep it 10 yards a club. Easier math. Gap tolerance, we'll do plus or minus 2 yards. We got a tolerance there. All right, so what I'm gonna do here for this is I'm gonna go ahead and select all of my clubs, starting with my shortest distance, which is my 60 degree, and we're gonna finish with our driver. Since we're only doing 3 shots per club, we're gonna make the most of it. And it has a preset in here where you can save and whatnot. So we're gonna save that preset. We're gonna just save it as default. So there we go. Done. We're going to now get into our bag mapping session. So we're gonna go ahead and hit apply. And you're gonna see that right away it takes us into our driving range. All right, we're ready to go. We're in our driving range. We've got it ready to go. I move the bag over there near where my iPad sits so that way it's easier to follow along. We're gonna go ahead and I'm going to take you guys through the actual process. I'm gonna focus on my shot so I get the best possible results. And that way, when I go through this, I'll cut it up. You'll see, from all the different clubs, what we're hitting. And then at the end, we'll review our data together. So let's get to it. You'll notice as you're going through here that in between each club, each shot, it's gonna tell you, what you're going to so that way you focus on that. Again, it is a good idea when you do the SkyTrak, anything really, that you're using a nice clean white golf ball. It picks it up a little bit better. Have the logo facing the screen where the laser's coming from. That way you get the best possible swing data. Also, if you're gonna do the bag mapping, maybe do a little bit more shots. Maybe do 10 shots per club, break it up between your wedges, your long irons, your mid irons, and obviously your woods. So that way you're rested, you're focused on your shots. But again, this is a demo video. We're showing you guys what goes into it, so 3 shots is enough. All right, so we just finished doing our bag mapping, so now it's time to review the data. Now, very important thing to know here, it is a very good idea to make sure you split up your gapping sessions based off of the clubs that you're hitting. That way you're well rested, you're focused on your shots, and don't try to do this at the end of a practice session because you'll hit some bad shots like I did here. All right, so a couple things that stand out to me not being a professional, being a mid-range handicap, because that's what I am, guys. I'm not a teacher, I'm not a coach, I'm a mid-range handicap looking to get better. I can see here that our gapping between our 60 degree, our sand wedge, and our gap wedge are fairly close together, but my 60 and my sand wedge are pretty much the same yardage, so you know, we maybe need to do a little bit of a wedge fitting and get our wedges dialed in a little bit better because it sounds like we're not maximizing those clubs. Our gap wedge to our pitching wedge, we've got ourselves a big gap right there. It's definitely more than 10 yards. Our pitching wedge to our 9-iron seems a little bit closer. 9 to 8 seems closer. Our 7 and our 6-iron, as you can see, I'm hitting exactly the same during this session. Now we'll go through this again another time. In my own spare time, I'll make sure that I do only a couple clubs at a time. That way I'm well rested and we're trying to get the most accurate data at a time. So we'll go ahead and we'll skim through this real fast. You see that everything tends to be pushing off to the left. My shot tendency was a draw. So I'm getting that nice draw shape consistently, but everything was a little bit off the target line. So definitely more practice is needed. From our hybrid to our driver, we have a big gapping distance there. So it seems like it's an all or nothing. My 3-wood was not hitting very well off of the mat. So the really great thing with the bag mapping feature is after you go ahead and you complete your bag mapping, you have the ability to not only review your data on your iPad or your computer. For me, I do everything off the iPad. But after you review it, you have the ability to go ahead and export it. So in the upper right-hand corner, you hit that export button. It's going to go through all of the shots that you hit, and then it's going to give you the option to either airdrop it to your phone, to another device, or you can even go ahead and mail it to yourself, via email. And if you do that, you also have the ability to go ahead and mail that to a coach of yours. So if you're working with somebody, whether it's at a local driving range, or if you're part of a club and you're working with the club there, or if you're working with Golf Tech, anybody that you're working on your game with, you can go ahead and send them your bag mapping, and then they can help you dial in your clubs a little bit better, so that way you can maximize your game. All right, guys, that's it for the SkyTrak quick tip presented by Rain or Shine Golf. Now that you guys have watched this, you have seen how the bag mapping feature works, how to operate it, and what I need to work on in my game. Everyone's game is a little bit different. We all have things to improve on. This is what I need to work on, so we'll get back to work later. If this video helped you guys out, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And if you want to see more SkyTrak quick tips presented by Rain or Shine Golf, hit the subscribe train below because there's a lot more tips coming. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, keep grinding.